Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Wednesday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Thank you to all our affiliates. And if you haven't as yet joined the 3FM Tour du Ghana, I entreat you to call 053-1100-927 and 053-220-0927. We're riding from Kanda all the way to the Cynic in Praeso, Kweum Praeso. And we invite you to join us. If you are a rider, a single rider, 150 Ghana cedis. If you are part of a group of 10, 100 Ghana cedis for each one of you. 053-1100-927 and 053-220-0927. It's a 3FM Tour du Ghana. It's a cycling, the biggest cycling event on Ghana's calendar, maybe West Africa. And we've gone to the Volta region, we've gone to Akosombo, we've gone to the Central region, Western region, and now we're going to the Eastern region. So we have a track record. You want to join us, cycle with us. For those who are professionals, for those who want to cycle for fun, and you're getting free heart screening as part of your participation from Bloom Medical Center. DHL, thank you as well. And thank you to Decathlon, to the Ghana Cycling Federation. It's going to be sweet. 18th May. Don't wait until it's too late. Please register 053-1100-927 and 053-220-0927. I am still thinking of how a military property, as I've showed you yesterday, got into the hands of a private person. I am still thinking how the Attorney General, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, the Police CID, the FBI, and all the other institutions got together, and we still could not solve the Cecilia Abuna-Dapaah case. And yesterday I told you that even the Bank of Ghana has regulation for how much banks, commercial banks, can keep in their vault at a time. So for you to have found $1 million that was stolen, that means that there was more, and in fact, OSP found some more cash. What the OSP, IOCO, CID, and FBI and everybody they're doing around this matter is pretty much like what PURC and ECG were doing. I told you that matter will go nowhere. When PURC said that we are taking the ECG board on, we're surcharging them, they have to pay, blah, 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 blah. They wrote back and the lights are still going off. And our president keeps telling us that, oh, the lights, yes, it will go off, but really we have solved it. We are not entering into that era of doom so again. Who really are we deceiving? Who really are we deceiving? And then you wake up the morning after and you read on the front page where the Daily Guide, Daily Graphic, the president is said to have said that, oh, Mahama will run down Ghana, destroy my legacy. And then you ask yourself, what legacy really are we talking about? Are we talking about the legacy where the exchange rate, the cedi is constantly running after the dollar, chasing the dollar, the pound, the euro, and cannot catch its breath? Is that the legacy? The legacy where the lights are going off? The legacy where the children go to school and they can't find chairs to sit on. The legacy where we have changed the curriculum and yet we can't find the children common textbooks. The legacy of the Australian visa scandal. The legacy of PDS. The legacy of a Japa deal. $12 million on that deal that never materialized. The legacy of spending $2 million on a SkyTrain that never came. The legacy of leaving the Ayalolo buses to rot. The legacy of leaving Oniado vans to rot. What legacy really are we talking about? And when you say, oh, somebody will come and run it down. So I have never seen a group of people in power, yet they constantly think of themselves as in opposition. And they are constantly campaigning. Ukita to me, you have the power. Why are you struggling with it? You have the power to change the lives of the people. You have the power to take the taxes of the people. You have the power to cause a change, a certain kind of experience in the lives of the people. And you are always behaving like opposition leader. You have campaigned since 2021. And you are still campaigning even in 2024. And when you go for by-elections, the people show you that you are not doing what we are asking you to do. So your numbers keep reducing. That should be the preoccupation. What really is the legacy? What is the legacy? The legacy where an ice kenke seller calls onto our show here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7 to say that she had 70 bottles of ice kenke that she uses to take care of herself and her daughter, because she's a single parent. The daughter at the time was ill. Her friend came to add 30 bottles to make a total of 100 bottles, and because of doom, so all the bottles of ice kenke got fermented. Is that a legacy? And we are here busily worried about multinational companies leaving the country. And we are saying that, oh yes, it will create an opportunity for the local companies. I agree. But the litmus test starts with the lady who sells ice kenke, whose ice kenke business, which had the potential of growing beyond 100 bottles, 70 bottles, whatever number of bottles that they were producing to take care of themselves first, and also to make some profit and to employ people. We have shut down that business with Dumso, that we are not admitting that first of all existed, but we consistently tell the people that it will end or it has ended. Herbert Crapper's 10 days, has it not passed? Our lights still not going off? And here we are worried about foreign companies leaving. The reality is that there are much more, or many more local companies that are folding up on a single basis. Ask the AGI, ask Guta, ask the other organizations. Businesses are suffering. And guess what? For those who are saying opportunities have come, yes, the opportunities would have been here if we had created a proper enabling environment. Not the cutthroat, cost of doing business, not the killer taxes that have been imposed on the people, some of them nuisance taxes, and we collect the monies and we don't see what the monies are being used for. The multinational companies that left this country because conditions were not so good, they left this country with their dollars, with their pound, with their euro. They have gone. They left those problems behind. They didn't take the problems away with them. So if there are local industries who have to grapple with those problems here, the cost of doing business alone will shut you down. Ask any serious businessman. Even the global giants, the business giants that we have in this country, they are complaining. Everybody is complaining. Is that the legacy? They didn't take the problems away. Guess what? Societe Generale is out of the picture. Which Ghanaian bank can you hit your chest and say will take over what Societe Generale left? Now, workers of Societe Generale have their hearts in their mouth because there could be job losses. Whoever takes over will play ball. But over time, they will come to the reality, and then job losses will happen. Then we woke up. We had 9 banks, 9 local banks, 9 indigenous banks. We shut all of them down. We killed all those businesses because we said we're doing a banking sector cleanup. And we spent even more, much more than we had anticipated to spend. Instead of singling out the people within that structure who were causing the mess and let the Lord deal with them, we shut down everything. We treated every problem like a nail and picked the hammer and then bam, 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 finished. So as Societe Generale is gone, SGSSB, then now SSB, SGSSB, now Societe Generale is gone. Which local bank of Ghanaian origin can we beat our chest to say that this opportunity has come and it is coming back into the hands of Ghanaian business people? Juxtapose that against the military land that is in private hand now, which is not in the hand of the allodial owners. Juxtapose that to the grabbing that is happening, where the lands don't return to the original owners, but then they are given to other. That's how the thing has become now. Which local bank can you hit your chest and say that, yes, SG is gone, but this our local bank is fit enough to take over? Would we have had more options if the 9 banks hadn't been collapsed in the name of a so-called banking sector cleanup? Today, people are still at home, jobless, because somebody just sat somewhere and was thinking about the numbers. So, oh, we are saving depositors' funds. We are saving depositors' funds. Those depositors' funds that were saved, which were again put into bonds, you came and chopped half of the money in the name of haircuts that people didn't ask for. Domestic debt exchange program. Because of the recklessness of the administration. Kweku Kratin said it. Said we have been reckless and irresponsible. The recklessness. We are saving depositors' funds. That included the pensioners. That included people like me who had monies in bonds. We didn't ask you to come and take the money. That included the former Chief Justice of the Republic. So when you come and say that opportunities abound, I want you to think about these things. And it doesn't, growing a business is not an event, a day's event. It's a process. Will the government now tone down and support local businesses to grow? Check out your Ghana Club 100. Your first 10 top companies there. Which Ghanaian company is there? Check out your Ghana Club 100. The PBC that was up there on the charts, the PBC itself, it is bleeding through its nose. It owes. Its stuff are being auctioned. Your state-owned enterprises, they have become weaklings. The wholly owned Ghanaian entities here, they are suffering. And all we are interested in is sloganeering. And we are saying that we'll run down what's legacy? What is the legacy? Let's stop scratching ourselves to laugh or tickling ourselves to laugh. We are not in a good place. We know it. We are not in a good place, and we know it. And until we become honest with ourselves, we will still continue to wallow in this difficulty. We must be truthful and honest with ourselves and to ourselves. We must be able to look ourselves in the face and say that, as for this, we failed. And that is where you expect senior citizens to step forward and say it as it is. But they won't say it. Because most of them have got their hands dirtied. Most of them have had their hands dipped into places that they shouldn't have put their hands. So now it's some subtle blackmail, or they feel ashamed because they see themselves as incomplete. It is a shame. And they expect young people like us and people younger than myself to be learning. And see, most of them do the worst of things. And then they are quick to come and correct you. But they forget that they are leading by the wrong example. There's a gentleman I've been talking about called Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alege Bam. Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alege Bam. He's the erstwhile managing director of ICOR. Put this picture up there, please. ICOR is a state-owned enterprise. He's busy telling people that ICOR is a private entity. ICOR is a state-owned enterprise. There's a SIGA list there, please. Pull it out for me. Let's show where ICOR is a state-owned enterprise, not a private entity. He is busy telling people that ICOR is a private entity. You know why? Because he wants basis for the illegality that is going on. And I'll demonstrate to you in a bit. Go to page number 23 or 26, thereabout. Accra Digital Center is there, Airtel Tigo is there, they're all there. ICOR is in this list. That will be put on your screen in a bit. So how does he go around telling people that ICOR is a private entity? To the extent that can we scroll up, please? ICOR is it's not a private entity. It's a state-owned enterprise. Yesterday, I heard the Minister for Agri talking about irrigation and talking about, how much investment had been made. That's a good thing. ICOR's core duty is to irrigate. ICOR's core duty is to irrigate. So that is it. 26, Irrigation Company of the Upper Regions, ICO. 26, state-owned enterprises. Let somebody tell Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alegibam that ICO is a state-owned enterprise. That's number one. Number two, put up Brian Echampo's picture for me. Dr. Brian Echampo, he's the Greek minister. Mind you, I told you before, the human resource manager had written to Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alegibam that your retirement is due. Please go home. He said no. Then he goes to Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. And then they asked him, well, is there a contract extension? He said, oh, ask the board. The board writes to him after they received instruction from the Minister for Agric, Brian Echampo. Put Brian's picture there for me. And they said, oh, our minister had told us that you should go home because we can only give you 3 months extension. Put Brian's picture up there. He says, Brian didn't appoint me, so Brian cannot sack me. ICO is supposed to be an agency under the Ministry of Agric, led by Mr. Brian Echampo, Dr. Brian Echampo. The same Brian Echampo, I was West Wagon, who was showing us macho and everything else. Today, there is a civilian who is asking him questions, questioning his authority, and he can't do FOCO about it. It tells you how autopilot the country has been placed into, or what kind of autopilot the country has been placed into. Because for a minister as tough as Brian Echampo to write to indicate that, look, Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alegibam, your time is up. Go home. He was supposed to have gone home on the 7th of March. What is today's date? We have crossed April. We have finished the rest of March. We are in May. Today is the 8th of May. And he's still at post. He said Brian Echampo can't do FOCO. Public Accounts Committee can't do FOCO. Nobody can do anything to him. Put Alegibam's picture up there for me. And he's sitting cool and smiling. And you know what? Since the 7th, put this picture up there. Since the 7th, when the 3-month extension ended, because he's looking for a 2-year contract, and the people say, we can't give you a 2-year contract. Go home. Let the retirees go and let the young grow. He has been signing documents. The irony of the whole matter is that this, our man, Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alegibam, he wrote to the former MD and asked him to go home. And the man didn't spend a day in office after he wrote to him. Now it is his turn. So he's busy there signing documents. By what authorization, I don't know. Same thing Dr. Mishadai did at the GRE. 63-year-old man out. They bring in a 61-year-old woman at the GRE. Nanado and his old Wadi friends. Show me the documents that Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alegibam has been signing. And he has no authorization. Because the Minister for Agric says, go home, hand over your things. Public Accounts Committee asked that question. I know that the documents are being furnished, and he says that he doesn't have a contract. So it means that he shouldn't be there. This is proof that the country is on autopilot. So when the president hits his chest to say that, oh yes, every road that is constructed in this country, everything that happens, the buck stops with me. I'm the one who does it. And if you don't vote for my preferred candidate, they cannot come for development. The country is on autopilot. A single person in a small agency. This one of the documents that has been signed. You put it up there. Computation of salary, right? Is there. Dr. Benedict Bonaventure Alegibam. Put it up. Single spine monthly salary, all of this. And there's a date to it. 22nd of March, 2024. 22nd of March, 2024. He signed it, right? He was still there, and he has indicated that he's MD. Look at the first signature on the left. But as of 7th March, he ceased to be MD of ICO. So what was his business? Still going to the office to enjoy the air condition, to have the official vehicle, still be using the fuel, still be spending IGF, and still be signing and minuting on memos as of the 22nd of March 2024. There is no control in the country. The whole country is a crime scene. The whole country is a mess. Show me the other documents. The other documents. Just show me. Today I was supposed to read that letter from EPA. I'll do that tomorrow. But I just wanted to, because I just can't understand why somebody has been told. There are others who have gone on retirement, but they are still lurking around. They don't push their weight too hard. This is another one. Right? Again, he signs. Again, he signs. There are those who have gone on retirement who actually do not go away. They stay around the place, right? And then they intimidate and try and lobby so that they can get a contract extension. That's not cool, but that's different from this one. This one, the sector minister had written. The matter had gone before Parliament. So Parliament is powerless before him. The sector minister, Brian Champon, Ayawasu West Wogon Macho, he is also powerless before him. And the union and the HR at ICO, everybody is powerless before him. Maybe we'll take Nanado to call him and say, Bonaventure, please go home. Alegeban, please go home. Benedict, go home. Doctor, go home. Maybe. But if this does not tell you that the country is on autopilot, I don't know what it is. Put this picture up there for me, please. He's still signing documents after he is supposed to have resigned on the 7th of March, 2022. He's still signing documents by the 22nd of March, 2024. He's signing documents. 7th of March, 2024. He was supposed to have left. He's still signing documents. He's still chopping IGF that could have been used for other things in the interest of ICOS staff who would have then gone to help the farmers for better yield and for food security in our various communities. He's there, and there are many of his kind. I will do this, let the retirees go side by side with the land grabbing. And I've told you, the land grabbing is not just in Accra, it's all over the place. And if you check those so-called private contractors who are being given the things, you find that they are cronies and allies of the people in power and the highest of authorities. If we can go and take prison service land, we can go and take agric lands, we can go and take military lands, we can go and take Flagstaff House security zone land, which is supposed to be accommodation for people who guard the Flagstaff House, the Jubilee House. What else can't we do? One day we will be there and they will tell us that they have sold the sea. One day. One day you'll be in your house and somebody will be fencing. I know a senior officer who is still living in his house, official residence, and a wall is being constructed around him. The house, the official residence, had hedges or has hedges. He is in the house. He has not left his post. He is still chopping his post. He still wears his uniform to go to work. And while living in the house, somebody has come. He says, I'm a private contractor. This land has been given to me. And he is building cement block wall around the man in his house with his family. That is the level of impunity and greed of the grabbing I'm talking about. And me, when I talk about it, I put the pictures up that show you the evidence. That is the evidence. That is how low we have sunk. So when Nanado says that somebody will come and run the country aground, he should pay attention to what Dr. Mustafa Hamid said. He said the presidency has been so depraved. Then, the things that we all supported and said, this is bad. Today, we have seen worse. You're grabbing military lands, you're grabbing prisons land, you're grabbing agric lands, you're grabbing Flagstaff House lands, you're grabbing security zones. What else can you not grab? People like Dr. Ali Bansuja, put it up there again. Maybe that they have forgotten that they appointed somebody to be at ICO and he is the one challenging every authority that has been mandated to supervise his work. Put a picture up there. And that is where we are now as a country. So, Mr. President, go back and review the so-called legacy that you think you have, and then let's have a conversation. Please. Good morning. Call me 055